What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over each and every one of the new cards added into NBA 2K25 MyTEAM today, including the new Dark Matter playoff cards that you guys can ultimately grind for today. Now, I want to start off by saying the Dark Matters that came out today as far as the playoff cards are exciting. And so, am I going to grind it out? I don't know. I kind of want to. Although it's kind of a late start because I'm way behind. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle of everything. But some of these cards do look pretty solid. And it is something that I just might have to grind out, if nothing else, for like content purposes. And you know, you guys might call me crazy, but I think it might be worth it. Now, start with the Dark Matter Rudy Gobert. And here's the main reason that I'm wondering if I should grind this thing out is because of Rudy Gobert. The Stifle Tower is 7-1. He's got an 83 ball. He's got 89 speed, hot spots from everywhere. Basically, max stats everywhere else. I mean, the Stifle Tower is an absolute beast on this game. Comes with the Gobert base on very quick, normal leaner, rush dribble style. He can move a little bit. He's got hot spots from everywhere. And again, the card is 7-1. You guys can say I'm gassing it, but like defensively, he's amazing. Offensively, he's going to be able to knock down shots. And honestly, guys, like if I look at the Galaxy Opal Rudy Gobert, I was greening with his base on quick and a 67 3-ball. So if you don't think I'm greening with the 83 ball with the release on very quick, I think you're wrong. I'm telling you right now, Gobert is good and can play for quite some time. While I'm at it, I'm just going to hit all the playoff cards. Pascal Siakam up next. Can play small forward. Siakam on very quick. Siakam leaner, Garland dribble style. I mean, the thing for me, and I'm not hating on Siakam, I just think this release is just not great. But he still is 6'8" at the 3 with basically max stats, basically max defense. I wish he at least had a leaner, though. I mean, if there is a card that I'm not necessarily that high on, I think it has to be this Dark Matter Pascal Siakam. Now, I'm not saying this card's bad. I'm not saying Siakam's unplayable, anything like that. But I am saying, like, if there is just simply put a card that I think should be better, it's this card right here in Dark Matter Pascal Siakam. I just don't think he's fantastic. I just don't think the card, you know, is great. He's not bad, but I just think that there are better small forwards in the game. And even if you look at all these conference finals cards, I think there are cards that are going to be better than Spicy P Pascal Siakam. OG Anunoby up next, 6'7", 7'2" wingspan. Now again, if you're new, you can grind out these challenges still to this day, even if you haven't started. OG comes with a 95 3-ball, 95 speed, max defense, 95 driving dunk. OG on very quick, Pro 2 leaner. I know he has the Fox dribble style. I'm obviously not the biggest fan of that either. But from top to bottom, OG Anunoby is a beast. 6'7", gonna knock down shots, has Pro 2. To me, he looks kind of similar to like a Men Thompson type card where they're both 6'7". They both have their own base and very quick. They both have the Pro 2 leaner. Only difference is Amen does have, you know, the Francis size up. It's really the only difference that I do see. But OG Anunoby looks like a really solid shooting guard on this game. Then you see Alex Caruso. Maybe my favorite card of them all. And you guys can say I'm biased just because I like Alex Caruso. But he's got a 94 3-ball, 95 driving dunk, which is just crazy. 95 speed, basically max defense here. And again, the thing for me with a guy like Alex Caruso is, I mean, you know, like even with the Galaxy Opal Caruso, how much I really like the card. Now you're seeing just an improved version of him. Defensively doesn't get a whole ton better, but then, you know, you go look at animations and he now has the Garland dribble style compared to the D-Book dribble style. Does have that Kemba escape, which should help him out slightly as well. He's just going to be slightly better. Is the card perfect? Is he, you know, the best card anything in the game? Anything like that? No. But I am telling you guys, for like budget point guards, Caruso is an absolute stud. And I'm just telling you, if you are no money spent right now and build your foundation on these guys, like if your starting lineup is Caruso, OG, Siakam, Gobert, and then plug and play the center, you're in a really solid position. I'm just throwing that out there right now. So I really do like these playoff cards that did, obviously come out today. Remember, they're just going to probably continue to get better and better. I didn't necessarily love the Galaxy Opals that came out last round. And so that's why I wasn't ever really hyping it up. But now that we're actually seeing some good cards, you know, I feel, you know, kind of like behind, but it's like this might be something that is worth me ultimately grinding, which is crazy because I never thought that this would be something I would grind. But, and I'm not even going to sit up here and act like a lot of these cards are going to play for me. But from top to bottom, it's like, maybe these cards won't, but what happens when we, you know, get the ultimate invincible that's looking like it's probably going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right? Like, you're probably going to want to buy him or get him. Now let's talk about the downtown cards. Rick Barry, 6'7", 6'11 wingspan, 92 3-ball, 93 speed, great defense, good standing driving dunk, decent rebounder. AJ Lawson on very quick, so they did make Rick Barry quite a bit better. AJ Lawson on very quick, Pro 2 leaner, Garland dribble style, updated his SIGs a little bit. Rick Barry's an absolute beast. Now that I see what Rick Barry looks like, it makes me mad that OG Anunoby didn't get as money, like as updated as this Rick Barry, because obviously Rick Barry is an absolute beast, an absolute stud on this game. And if you get a guy like Rick Barry, I mean, that guy obviously can play. The problem is, he's just an insert in super packs, right? And so like that's kind of the big problem that I do have with these downtown cards is all they are just inserts in super packs, and it's tough for me to be like really hype about these types of things. Pete Maravich up next, needs a change release, didn't get it. Christian Wood on very quick, yikes. Pro 2 leaner, Fox dribble style, yikes. I mean, this card is horrible. I mean, after we just looked at our last card, I thought all these cards would be good. And then you get to Pete Maravich, and he looks as bad as he does here. Yikes is all I can really say for Pete Maravich. This card stinks. And I'm not going to sit here and hype him up. Pete Maravich is not a good card in my team. Not a card that I am excited about whatsoever. Yikes for Pistol Pete Maravich. There's just nothing good about this card. If you get him as a dark matter, yikes. He won't be because he's going to be still relatively rare because I don't think there's going to be that many people opening up packs today. But if you get pissed to Pete Maravich, all I can honestly say is I'm sorry, because the card reeks. George Mikan, 100 overall up next. He's Devin Booker, John Collins upper on very quick, Pro 2 leaner, D-Book dribble style. I think this George Mikan's really solid. I do, right? Comes with that Pro 2 leaner. He's 6'10". Now, I know there's people that are going to be like, what's high? He's only 6'10" in a game in which you can run Dikembe Mutombo at the 4. And honestly, I agree. I get it. Even George Mikan compared to a guy like Tim Duncan. Give me Tim Duncan. But Mikan still isn't bad. He's not a useless card in the game. The problem is, we're just now in an era in which height is everywhere, right? And so I feel kind of badly for George Mikan because the card's really not a bad card. Like, he does do a lot of things for you guys on the floor. I'm just one that I think there are better cards out there than Mr. George Mikan. Last but not least, invincible Gary Payton. Lowry on a very quick Pro 2 leaner, which obviously is a massive improvement over the dark matter. Garland dribble style, sees Paul George Shiggs. There's no way that 2K is just going to now start throwing Paul George Shiggs on everybody, right? Like, that is crazy to me. I guess his last card had Paul George Shiggs, so that, I mean, I guess checks out. But Paul George Shiggs does see the Kemba escape, which is nice. I don't know. To me, at 6'4", it's just too tough to run Gary Payton. I know he's got Pro 2. I know he's going to give you a lot defensively. I wish I could be more hype about Gary Payton, but I'm just not. Today, the hype lies with these NBA playoff cards. If you're not excited about these NBA playoff cards, I don't know what to tell you. And I know even if you're behind on the grind, like you're probably like, it's not worth my time. But I'm telling you, like, even in this card, Rudy Gobert and Alex Caruso, if those are your two only guys that you are going to, want, I think it might be worth starting your grind. Because again, with where the auction house is at right now, it's expensive, right? And so if you can add some of these free cards on your squad, and again, as you do grind these things out, you're going to get rewarded. I think it's at least worth your time to take a look at. Now, again, I'm not telling you that it's guaranteed to be worth it. That's, totally up to you guys. But I do like these playoff cards for sure. That's going to wrap it up for our video. Drop a like on it, guys. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.